It's bucks. Never spend more than 20 bucks on a computer game. I think I said dollars in the last video, but it's definitely bucks. Anyway, hey guys, John Loxley here, back with our walkthrough slash playthrough of Subnautica. Yep, so now we have the Cyclops. Last time we left off kind of in the midpoint of the Lost River. Actually, after I stopped, I realized I still haven't done anymore. I haven't gone back to the save or anything. I don't plan on editing anything out. All the mistakes I make and stuff are going to stay in there. That might change that in the future if I do more walkthroughs, but we'll see. But anyway, I forgot to bring some of the purple alien tablets with us. It's a lot darker right here than it should be for whatever reason. Let's exit.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Oh, that'll change. Nope, that was the wrong. Hopefully it loaded properly. Let's try going back up this way. See, whoop. Is it a little bit brighter now? Maybe? I don't know, hard to say. Unfortunately, the game still does have bugs every once in a while. See, it's starting to get a little bit brighter. This area, despite having zero light, is pretty bright because of all the ambience. So, see how light it is up here? It's supposed to be about the same level down there. There's one of those guys jumping to his, well, not his death, because they don't die quite that easily, but watch out for those little fish. Okay, see, here we go. It's definitely brighter now. I'm not quite sure why that took a minute, but so if you notice, our temperature gauge in the lower right corner is about 24 degrees Celsius. There's a lot of those thermal vents down here, because this is one of the spots. It's kind of the second world hub. You start in the safe shallows, and then here is the basically your hub for the end of the game. So there's plenty of power, plenty of resources. It's just above the 900 meter mark. Like you can see, there's even coral, table coral down here. But if you notice, you get close and these things get pretty hot. So they're great for power. You're not trying to attack me, are you? And interestingly enough, whoa, that's probably a bug. They don't go that fast normally. You notice, kind of the centerpiece of the area is this. Oh, you jerk face. Okay, if you bite me again, I'm gonna have words. I'm gonna have words for you. Okay, so we have 3 sulfur. Part of the reason we came down here is to advance the plot, but the other part is to get stuff for the prawn suit. So we need, I believe it's a total of 5 nickel. So we have 2 for that, and then... Oh wait, did I pass it already? Yeah. Let's see. Do I have the first? Okay, so I need another 3. Another 3 nickel. So I have 2. Drink some water right there. Food, well, we have plenty. We have 2 nutrient blocks and some cured fish. So that won't be an issue. Still plenty of stuff to read about. The charter. I don't remember if that's... Well, okay, that's long enough. Okay. This one is also the hive mind of Strader 5. We won't... Or Strader 6. We won't read that this time because that's super long. So the Charter definitions Transgov, an independent authority and de facto control of at least one solar system and phase gate. Citizen, a person who consents consciously or implicitly to the authority of a recognized Transgov. The Charter, the full legal contract agreed upon by 37 separate Transgovs and summarized herein. The Trans-System Federation, this is basically a legal document. Military police charged with enforcing the terms of the Charter, independent of but funded by the Transgovs. Trans-System Phase Gate, any permanent installation which enables warping of spacefaring vessels between solar systems. Transgov principles. Each Transgov is to have an equal right to the most extensive basic liberty compatible with a similar liberty for others. Each has the right to own phase gates and planetary infrastructure. Each has an obligation to share phase gate access with other Transgovs on fair terms at no cost to themselves. Each has an obligation to financially maintain and comply with the TSF. Number 2. Each Transgov has the right to self-government subject to the restrictions laid out below. No Transgov may develop weapons and technologies outlawed in Appendix 91. No Transgov shall engage in population abuse. So basically, it's kind of like the Federation of Planets from Star Trek. They can do what they want, but they're all allied, essentially. Now, where was deceased? Here you go, under the fauna. So last time we scanned a skull, gargantuan fossil. Now, I believe you actually get the scan from 2 areas. There's the little one that we passed on the way in. But to get to this central point with the skeleton right here in the middle that we're looking at behind the PDA, to get to this thing, there's like 4 accesses from the main, the surface level of the map. Most of them are pretty hard to find, but there's one right next to, was it Life Pod 2? Life Pod 12? Life Pod 2, yeah. That'll get you down here pretty easily, and you come across this. One of the other entrances, you come across this as well, but it's a bigger one. So this, unfortunately, there's not 2 separate scans, it's just the scan for the skull, but it talks as if you scanned the big one, not the little one. So the fossilized remains of an extinct super predator. Its sheer size would have prohibited it from entering such enclosed space, suggesting the geography of the planet has shifted around over time. A true apex predator, and we'll see the full skeleton here pretty soon. Dated at approximately 3 million years old, ribcage measurements suggest the creature was eel-like in structure. Calculations suggest this is only the front third of the specimen. The remains now support a vibrant microcosm of life. Note, there are a series of precise angular indentations on the ribcage, suggesting a third party has taken samples from the specimen at a previous time. Right. So in the meantime, we'll scan you. Leviathan skeletal remains. It's a sea dragon skeleton. We'll jump up here so we don't get bitten and repair you in the meantime. It's actually, if you lose your sea moth, like right about here, it is possible to get to the surface with the sea glide, provided you have this amount of oxygen and a rebreather. I'm, speaking from experience. Okay, so fauna. Another deceased. Sea dragon skeleton. Yep, there it is. The semi-intact skeletal nature of a Leviathan-class predator. Head trauma. There is clear evidence of massive physical trauma to the head. The damage is so severe it was likely the cause of death and must have occurred somewhere nearby. Damage is consistent with a high-speed collision with a solid object. Age. Something in the environment has helped to preserve these remains, but calcium decay suggests an approximate time of death 1,000 years ago. Bone growth suggests the creature was in the egg-laying stage of its life cycle. Those are important details. They hint at the story. So, originally we're down here for the disease research facility, which... There they are. You can see a couple columns here and here. If you go that way, you'll actually find the disease research facility, but we'll get there. we will get there. But for the meantime, let's go over here. And obviously you can see there's chunks of resources. There's titanium right there. Looks like lead over there. So basically you can come down here with the prawn suit by itself and be able to build a base from scratch. It's not easy. It definitely helps if you bring some resources with you. The basic, fundamentals. But it's doable. So you'll notice, well, first, this area is much different, and also the color has changed. So over there we were green, and even the brine looks like green. Here the brine is like whitish blue. So we'll just kind of head this way. And you'll notice even the music has changed. So we'll approach this tree looking thing. See the ghost rays. Giant cove tree. We might be able to read it. Giant cove tree, there it is. Threat level 0. It's good because it's a tree. A vast tree encountered in Deep Cove. The only one of its kind encountered on... Oh man, excuse me. The only one of its kind encountered on the planet. The tree is surrounded by rays... oh. Those things. Grazing on its pink outer leaves, which are those. I mean, clearly it's pink. You can see the pink. Bark. A hardy, fast-growing bark covers the outside of the tree. Minuscule organisms inhabit the notches in the surface. Ghost Leviathan eggs. Yeah. The tree's branches are wrapped around a number of maturing eggs belong to the species designated Ghost Leviathan. This tree appears to be an ancient nesting ground. The eggs were laid when the tree was very young, and now the branches protect and grow with them as they await the right conditions to hatch. So I appreciate all the lore and stuff that this is. I'm curious though, how do the mature Ghost Leviathans get back down here to lay their eggs? Because we saw the juveniles. So we saw the juvenile. Well, we've only seen one. There's a few more in here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Get ourselves some oxygen, and then. So this is another great spot for nickel. Pretty much great for everything. This is the area the developers want you to build your second base. You can build it here because there's a couple thermal vents on the edges, like over there, or right there, and right there. And there's plenty of, deep shrooms. There's plenty of everything, It's quartz. There's, I think that's probably titanium. But best part is you can go under here, and there's everything. There's uraninite, or however you pronounce that. There's magnetite, just chilling. Reginald's if you need food. Plenty of fish. Ghost rays. Flesh is poisonous, and you can't... Pretty sure you can kill them, but why would you want to? They don't do anything to you. What we are looking for is nickel, still. That wasn't it, was it? No, sandstone. Okay. So basically we'll do nickel. Try and get 3 more pieces of nickel. Visit the quarantine or disease research facility. And then head back to the surface. To begin, the rest of it. Actually, hang on a sec. What do I need for... Okay. Pretty sure I already have the depth module for that. Depth module Mark II. More nickel ore. So I need... I don't know. 8 nickel total. Oh, there's a piece, I think, right? Yeah. And so nickel you can usually find just lying around in small little chunks. I don't seem to be having the best luck with that at the moment. There's been times where I find tons of it, which is usually when you don't need it. Unfortunately, it seems like usually when you do need it, you can never find it. Or more accurately, you find no, magnetite. This could be a couple pieces. 1, 2. Okay. Well, that would be enough for the prawn suit, but we are going to want to try and take the Cyclops at least part of the way down here. And be careful around the thermal vents, especially if you don't have the suit. Okay, we'll grab this nickel. So we need 2 more. So I have the reinforced dive suit on, which means I can stand higher temperatures, but I think it's nothing past 50. Normally you can't take...
30 seconds.
Yep. Normally you can't take above 30. So coming down here is not the greatest. Okay, so that gives us 6. We need 2 more. Just need 2 more pieces of nickel. You know, it's also kind of funny that the last episode and this one started with the whole, you know, don't pay more than $20 for a computer game. Because right now, or at least, I don't know what day this video will go up. Probably a few days from now, but as I'm filming this, there's a sale for Subnautica where it's selling for $20. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Come on, Nickel, where are you? There's 1. So I just need 1 more, I think. 7. Yep, just 1. 1 little piece of nickel. That works. See, this is why the scanner room is the best thing in the game. I mean, obviously, the one that I have wouldn't reach down here, but is that nickel? Nice. All right. We've got what we need. And do I have another beacon on me? Yes. Okay. That will help. Now, there is... so in this area, this is the Lost River. There's 2 entrances to the next tier of the map. One is over there. So basically you find this and then you keep going deeper. And the other is just past the disease research facility. And those both lead to the inactive lava zone, which is basically where you need to go for the next step of the game. So there are data downloads, clues and survivors, alien facility locations, right? This is after you find the quarantine enforcement platform. It tells you about disease research facility, thermal power facility, and then it tells you about these with data corrupted. So, I mean, for story progression, you basically go here, thermal power, and then primary containment. Offsite is actually down in here, and there's actually there's 3 sanctuaries. So I will show you guys all 3 of those. It's kind of interesting that they only list 2, you know, but whatever. Oh, and let's See, this is why you bring so much water, because your water just depletes so quickly. This is probably the biggest pain in the butt. Not this part, but what happens after you visit the facility. See, there's a warper right there. So, well, we'll find out here in a second, but warpers are basically... Oh, that guy's stuck in the thing. They're not totally organic. They're essentially designed to, you know, partially contain the infection. So they're designed to hunt and kill infected creatures, such as myself. And the higher your level of infection, the more they target you. So going through here will actually progress the story a little bit and make your infection worse and make the warpers more of a pain in the butt. Kind of waiting for the little trigger. So you can see it's kind of...
This alien structure appears to have collapsed to the sea floor.
Yep, normally the alien structures are kind of hanging, suspended, but this one's broken free. There's a bunch of places that are busted, but if you go around the back, that's where you find a little area you can go in. Another force field.
Detecting an alien broadcast. Linguistic analysis reads, caution, hazardous materials and life forms contained within. Interior walls in this section are substantially reinforced, indicating the designers were seeking either to keep something out or contain it within. Whatever their intention, it clearly failed.
Yep, so you have a force field right here, which, you know, that's where that purple alien tablet would have come in handy. You have another ion cube right there, which we will grab. And then you have a blocked thing that you can't get anything except you past. We'll leave the cube there for now. We'll always come back for it. So you come through here and it's like, whoa. It's like a little museum, kind of. Egg. Sea dragon egg. We saw the sea dragon skeleton remains outside. This large egg is held in a hermetically sealed environment and has been chemically sterilized. Without the means at the facility to house a fully grown sea dragon specimen, it is possible the aliens sought to study instead the egg laying and the incubation process. What end is unclear. Ribcage samples. A display case containing an array of rib cages harvested from the indigenous life forms. There is a particular focus in this instance on vertebrae skeletal structures. While some of these skeletons match organisms encountered on the planet so far, most cannot be matched with confidence, suggesting either there are species out there not yet accounted for, or that they have become extinct since these samples were collected. Ray specimens. And there's another one. Nope, those are just fish. Oh, this is a long one. Okay. And these are all going under advanced theories, which is kind of neat. Ray species on 4546b. Different species of ray indigenous to 4546b, each adapted to different environments. The species are 99% genetically identical to those encountered on the planet today, suggesting that rays in particular have undergone little evolutionary mutation in the past millennium. Ghost rays, chili rays, crimson rays, and rabbit rays likely all share a common evolutionary ancestor. The alpha ray would have evolved deep in the ocean trenches, quickly growing in line with available food supplies. It would have most resembled the ghost ray in size and appearance, with translucent skin for camouflage and forward-mounted eyes, what did I say? For hunting, a fast and fearsome stalker of small creatures in the dark. While some rays have stayed within the limits of the cave systems where they first evolved, others are relatively more recent adaptations to new environments, likely the results of overpopulation. All of the rays on 4546b have given up predation in favor of herbivorous scavenging and use poisonous flesh to protect themselves. And let's return to fill up on oxygen.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Probably the best part of these vehicles, honestly, is that they're essentially mobile oxygen, not hotspots, that's the wrong word, but oxygen refill points. So there's another cube. This is a little data terminal, so let's get that. Damage report.
Integrating new PDA data.
Leviathan detected at facility perimeter, closing at high speed. Exterior anchor cable impacted with massive force. Exterior anchor system buckling. Facility sinking. Collision with C4. Sea floor. Breaches detected in Containment Unit 7. Leviathan eggs. Immediate specimen destruction protocol initiated. 314 specimens destroyed. 1 specimen unaccounted for. Evacuating staff to off-site sanctuaries. Planetary quarantine protocol initiated. Warning: infected individuals may not leave this planet. So this is where they had all the disease creatures they were researching, and that skeleton outside hit the building and basically broke it open, and one of the specimens escaped and infected the rest of the planet. All right. You can hear the ion cube. Oh, it's probably above us. Look at this. Look at this giant beauty. Looks like a piranha, doesn't it? And there's really no point to going inside, but it just is kind of cool. It also has arms. I don't think this is anything, but we'll double check it out. Double check it. Okay, so we're at about half our oxygen. I will read all this stuff, but let's scan the rest of it, and then we'll head back and read it in the comfort.
Residual biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study.
Warper parts, biological matter.
Data pertaining to the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution: detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
So here you have warper parts and the actual warper itself. Well, it's not completed. Self-warping quarantine enforcer unit. Look at that. These things are kind of hideous. And all the different warper parts and such. Okay, so we are running out of time. And yes, it did want me to self-scan. We will do that soon.
30 seconds.
Yep, not a problem. Okay, so this is, I believe, what we downloaded from the from that terminal right over there, the Kara contagion profile. This terminal contains extensive data regarding the bacterial contagion identified as Kara. Discovery, first encountered during routine network expansion on outer worlds. So this is kind of the hint that they kind of go into a little bit later, where the precursor race, like that developed all this alien technology, they exist in both like online and physical worlds. So they can kind of, I don't know if they found a way to digitize their soul, or if it's the whole digital devil saga thing where everything exists as data for them. Don't know, but they can do both. So their network expansion, I don't know what that means, but that's kind of interesting. Pandemic development Pandemic development. I thought it said network. Network error resulted in routine quarantine procedure failure. Contagion was uploaded to and spread quickly through the core worlds. Confirmed deaths 143 billion. Bacterial mechanism attaches to healthy living cells and mutates the basic genetic structure. Symptoms: Stage 1, gradual immune system failure. Stage 2, green skin lesions and flu-like symptoms. Stage 3, unpredictable alterations to biological structure. Stage 4, complete shutdown of executive function. Emergency steps taken. Core worlds quarantined. Bacterial samples distributed to isolated disease research facilities for vaccine development. Treatment procedure: unknown. Production line. A production line of warper parts. That's great. Warper parts. The organic parts on display contain DNA from dozens of different organisms, largely originating off-world. They are in varying stages of augmentation with advanced technologies. This production line setup suggests these self-warping constructs were built, maintained, and deployed by the aliens that designed this facility. So here you find out what the warper really is, basically. Like you've found it before, and it's basically like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But this tells you a different story. This life form shows heavy signs of genetic modification and extensive mechanical grafting. And honestly, when I first saw this, it reminded me of the original XCOM. Like the DOS one, when you get the autopsy for some of the different aliens, and it shows you like all the different parts that were grafted into them. Its digestive and pulmonary systems have been replaced by an onboard battery, receiving energy directly from the main grid and distributing it around the body. Miniaturized phase technology has been implanted beneath the skin and is triggered by the central nervous system, allowing the construct to teleport at will. The brain and nervous system have been digitally augmented with advanced processing power and remote communications. Assessment: programmable hunter-killer. Avoid: you cannot actually kill these things. The best, as far as I know, I don't think you can actually put them in stasis either. But it doesn't matter how much damage you seem to do, they seem to just teleport away and, survive. Remains of research specimen. Skeletal remains of a vast predator housed within artificial habitat. The environment constructed to house the specimen suggests it was kept alive in containment for research purposes for months or even years. Organic matter indicates the habitat once supported extensive plant life, though it has since decayed. When the facility collapsed, the specimen was either left to die or killed on the spot. Evolution. While it shares some skeletal traits with the biter and sand shark, including its distinctive double eye sockets. Yep. This fossilized specimen is significantly larger and features unusual forearms rarely seen in aquatic species. This species has likely gone extinct in the past 1,000 years, and its evolutionary relatives have evolved to almost beyond recognition. Honestly, it's really great that they tie all these things together. Like, it has the arms, kind of like the sea dragon. It has the double eye sockets, kind of like the biter and the sand shark. It looks like a piranha from us, except it's bigger. It's just... that's one of the greatest things about this game, is they really try and tie everything together. That's just awesome. Okay. And, why not? Get another nutrient block. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. So it wants me to perform a self-scan. Let me do this first, because I want to be able to take the gloves off, right? Because you can see I have the gloves on at the moment. Let's, we'll just drop a flare for the time being. That'll let us take the gloves off. Boom. So now my hands are good. This is going to be a pain, but it's fine. Self-scan.
Self-scan complete. Bacterial infection has spread to the skin and pulmonary system. Medical report recorded to data bank. It is imperative you find a way to neutralize the infection.
Right, so give it a second, and... yep. So now you've progressed. And we'll grab the flare. Sorry, little guy, I do not have... You know what, I'm just gonna grab the other... I'm just gonna grab the cubes. So we'll read that other report here in just a second. Wait, hang on. Oh. I was like, I heard it. Where'd it go? By the way, if I miss anything, let me know. I mean, I'll happily go back and check it out. Okay, so, right, all the voice log stuff. Bacterial infection spread to the skin, pulmonary system, that's not good. Find a way to neutralize it. Yes, I agree. Yep. You have been infected with a previously unknown waterborne bacterium. It is currently multiplying in your bloodstream. Estimated incubation time, 2 weeks. Your immune system is currently combating the infection at low efficiency, or low efficacy. You may already be experiencing flu-like symptoms and skin irritation. These will likely be exacerbated as the bacterium takes hold. Your immediate priority should be abatement and eradication of the infection. Recommended steps. Salvage further alien research data on a possible vaccine. Investigate the mechanisms which have enabled the indigenous ecosystem to inhibit the symptoms of the infection. So it's like, hey, there's something in the area that has inhibited the stuff. Maybe this guy, which we know has enzymes in it. Hang on. I saw one of those spinefish running around, and we haven't done anything with it yet. There it is. We'll just scan you real fast. Come here, you.
New creature discovered.
Yep. So now you can, now that you've picked it up, you know how to cook it and eat it and all that stuff. Right. Here you go, cured spinefish. Entirely bland, dehydrating but keeps well. Looks a lot like the hoopfish also. Cooked spinefish. Never eat the antenna. Yep. That's good advice. Alright, so we'll close that one. Alien data. Blah, blah, blah. Herbivores, small. We haven't done anything with those. We'll look at the spinefish, though, right now. Small, school mentality prey fish, closely related to the hoopfish. Gray coloration. A combination of near-translucent flesh with white rib-like markings gives this fish a deathly appearance. It takes advantage of this to avoid the attention of predators. Behavior. Moves in schools for protection, but will disperse and flee if necessary, whereon those fortunate enough to escape the gaze of their assailants will make for the seafloor and hide amongst the detritus. Assessment. Edible. Low calorie count. So you can eat them, but they don't give you much food, according to this. So I think what we're going to do now is... Oh, there's another ion cube. Well, that's fine. We can leave that, because we'll be coming back anyway. And also notice it's 4 degrees Celsius in here. 4 degrees Celsius in here. For some reason, it's a lot colder. And as soon as we go out there, we're going to be freaking attacked. So, what I'm going to do is head back to our base. And then we're going to upgrade, or at least this is the plan. Let's head back to the base. Upgrade our prawn and cyclops. And then start making our way down here, because we're at the point where we need to go farther than 900 meters, or deeper than 900 meters, and the Seamoth can't handle it. So we either do that on our own, or we do it with another vehicle. So my recommendation at this point is just be careful, because the warpers are now going to be aggressively after you. Not the other creatures so much, as far as going after you, but the warpers definitely will be. Okay, so we're gonna make our way back. You know what? Let's go this way. So basically, to this spot, there's 4 ways. One that way, and that's where we put that beacon, the large entrance that you can take the Cyclops through. That'll eventually lead you to here. And about halfway between this entrance and where we are now is a shaft that goes down to the inactive lava zone. Then there's the way we came in, over there. There is that way over there that leads deeper. And then there's this way, which actually leads out to the Grand Reef, I believe. Where the second Degassi base was. Or, well, second underwater Degassi base. Although let's... Oh, and we get another radio message, which is interesting. Although if I remember...
Scans indicate this biome contains unusually high concentrations of organic and fossilized remains.
Right, so there you have... You know, I'm pretty sure we've scanned the ghost weed, but let's just double check. Yes, we have. Okay. Also, the off-site laboratory, that's in this area. So those are some of the ribs from the apex predator. That's more of them. And I mean, just honestly, look at how big this freaking thing is. I mean, look at that. It's ridiculous. And yeah, it's pretty awesome to build a base in here too, except for the fact that there's another one of those juvenile ghost leviathans roaming around. Where is it? Well, I don't see it in the immediate vicinity, but it's here. It typically hangs out around the head. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. So, I mean, just for reference, like, you look at the one that we saw earlier. Not the juvenile ghost leviathan, I mean the head. And this is way bigger. Right, but they both give you the same scans. Right, like, I mean, if I go up to this, look at this freaking thing. Look how big it is. I can't go any further. It would be cool if you could go, like, inside the eye socket. I mean, it wouldn't do anything, but I just think it would be cool if you could, like, fit in there. Because that just shows you, you know, how big this thing really is. So the other laboratory is, I believe it's, like, over that way. Or, no, I'm sorry, it's this way and then to the right. Right, because we'll... So, just hit up the sonar. Let's see, there's a way over this way, and there's a way that way. And we'll just swing by real fast. Yep, so you can see some... There's another head, another skull of some kind. And more alien stuff. And just be careful in this area. There, for whatever reason, tends to be what are they called? Crab squid, right? Because I think up there is another entrance to like a blood kelp zone, like the southern. There's another blood kelp zone in the south. If you're looking at the map from up top. Oh, sorry, fish. And there's like a trench that has blood kelp in it. Oh, right. Okay. So Grand Reef. But then the other entrance is just right here. And I was going to drop a I was going to drop a beacon right here, but there's no need. Not really. So here we are down kind of near where the Degassi was. Or, you know, the second Degassi base, whatever. Load up real fast. See, it's right there. It's not far away, it's just right there. Oh yeah, you can see it. I mean, you know. But the problem is, see, there's our old friend, Mr. Duke. Look at those monsters, right? Oh, I hate them. Okay. And in a sea moth, they're also a pain in the butt because they will EMP you and then make it a real pain to, they'll basically stun your Seamoth in place while they attack it, because all the power will go out. There's Warper. Just watch out for getting attacked by those things also. Oh! So that was probably them. They like to teleport in other creatures to attack you. And coming up from here, just be careful, because you can also find a Ghost Leviathan above you, and nobody wants that. And like a fully grown Ghost Leviathan, not the little ones you saw down there. Alright. How are we doing? 46 minutes. See, turning on the lights doesn't really... Sometimes it helps, but honestly, I think the sonar is probably just the coolest. Also, it's kind of interesting that... Oh, there's my Cyclops. Kind of interesting that they, in the Cyclops, the sonar is automatic. Like, it just pings, like, once a second. Whereas in the Seamoth, you have to do it manually. But that's fine. Okay, so there's our prawn suit. And honestly, we can just leave this... I mean, we could always dock it in the moon pool, but we can also just leave it right here, since it'll just charge up from the sunlight. Alright.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
What am I doing? Nickel. Shove the alien things back in here. And I will need... yeah, we'll need those. And we'll eat the spinefish, why not? Never eat the antenna. Also, never tell me the odds. 23. I mean, that's not bad. They're like, oh, low calories, but 23 is, I don't know. My book, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, so what do I need for... Yeah, we haven't done anything with the cuttlefish. We'll just have to. Let's listen to the radio. Yes? So that's, you intercepted a warper communication, basically. What it means, who knows? Where am I going? Right. No, because I already have the prawn suit depth module, don't I? Maybe. Jump jets, nickel ore. I need titanium and lithium. Titanium, 1 lithium. Well, that was not what I expected, to be honest. But we'll deal with it. Five titanium, 1 lithium. We'll just stick these in there for now. For now, yeah. Okay. Put the rest of the nickel in there, because I want to grab a bunch of titanium. I'm just going to need more titanium. It's kind of a pain, but I'm going to need more. In the meantime, let's turn on our scanner, grab some metal salvage. Should have all the lithium that I need. But if not, that's going to be another thing that I'm going to be a little annoyed by. Just double check. Just double check real fast like. Oh, and swap you out. Lithium would be in here. Okay, 4 pieces of lithium left. Oh, we're gonna need more. We will need more. We'll have enough for the jump jets. But all the plasteel and stuff, yeah, that's... Okay. Yep, just the storage modules. That's, well... is what it is. Okay, we're gonna probably make these guys a little bit mad. Look, I just need some. You guys have so many, and I have none. You know? That didn't work. Neither did that. Okay. Might have to turn off some of these beacons too. And no, you can't use the radio to fabricate stuff. Okay, but that should be enough for those jump jets. And at least that'll be one thing out of the way. Engine efficiency might be a good one as well. But, you know, I think it'll be alright. Because pretty soon... So for me, the whole point of taking the Cyclops down there is so that I can build a fabricator on it. Whip. Boom. And a modification station, and that way modify the stuff. Unfortunately, it seems like you have to come back here to create the prawn suit thermal reactor, so it might just be a better idea to avoid it altogether. Right. So for the prawn suit depth thing, nickel ore, plasteel, 2 ruby. That's 2 lithium. All the remaining titanium. 3 nickel ore. And 2 rubies, but obviously we don't, you know, have room for them at the moment. You just gotta work on one thing at a time. Okay, so we have the plasteel. Go to our gem collection, and crap. Well, okay. Okay now. Well, let's go get more titanium, and then we'll probably end, because we're about to hit an hour. Is that moving? Oh, is he gonna pick it up? Yes, okay. Well, you go pick that up. I'll pick up a couple of these pieces right here. Just need to borrow them. Just real quick like. Don't attack me, please. Oh, well, there's the camera. Oh. I was like, I thought I had more space than that, but whatever. Yeah, I'll make a couple because I'm pretty sure we're gonna need it. Extra. You know what? We'll toss the flares in there. Seems like this is kind of working its way out at the moment. There's another battery. Well. At least there's plenty of metal salvage. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Like, so at first, the idea of lots of the idea of the resources being not replaced was kind of neat. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's interesting. It means you'd have to forage farther and farther. But, you know, we're kind of at the point where it's, you know, kind of grindy. I mean, I don't mind it. It's very Zen-like to me, and you know, I know I've said this before at least multiple times, but I suspect that it's boring to people watching. I mean, I'm willing to be wrong, but you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it might not be. Might not be the most fun thing in the world. Okay, so we're gonna need more lithium. I'm gonna keep getting metal salvage though at the moment, because I know how much we're gonna need. Like, titanium is just in stupid high demand. Just always. Oh, hey there, stalker. More titanium. I won't turn that down. Will not turn that down.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Meanwhile, my power is draining, but that's not a problem because I have so much. One last trip. Unfortunately, like that probably isn't even enough. Sorry. Whoa, hey guys. What's going on? Don't worry, they'll find more. They always do. Man, look at all the stalkers in this area. I don't think I'm full, but yeah, I have one more space. So if I see anything neat. Titanium, alright. I would have accepted copper as well. That I'm not super great at. Jumping out of the thing. I can do it sometimes, but ruby. That might be worth it. You know what? Yeah. Because we're gonna need those. Planning on cutting it off, this episode off at an hour, but might run a couple minutes longer. Just because I know I'll need rubies. I know I need rubies. So I have no problems going to get rubies right now. Okay, ruby. Right on, let's go. And it could be up to 500 meters away, but it's fine. Oh. Well, this explains a lot. I was like, why are rubies showing up on the scanners? Are you kidding me? Another time capsule. I am not going to complain. I'm just astounded. It's been quite the ride. Wow. Alright. Something deep diver. It has been quite the ride. Whoever finds this, I hope the best of luck, and if you're ever feeling down or frustrated, just remember the light at the end of the tunnel is worth swimming for. Please take these items. May they help you on your journey. Well, thank you. That's number 4. What did they give us? A couple marble melon seeds, that, and batteries. We'll take the battery and the power cell. That's... We're gonna need the power cells. Okay, and please don't attack me while I'm grabbing this ruby. Any additional rubies in the area? No, so that's 4 for now. I mean, that's, you know, I'm not going to complain. More would have been nice, but 4 is a good number. I mean, I'm happy with 4, you know? I just want more. Always need more. Alright. Whoa! Whoa, there's Stalker. Back to the base. Do I need titanium? I have space. Ouch. Well, whatever. See, now I'm taking your metal. You can have my camera, but I'm taking my metal. Or your metal. Or, where'd you take your metal? Okay, I guess I'm not taking your metal. They were basically like, hey, don't take my metal. And I was like, well, but I want to. Oh, hey, 30 seconds of oxygen remain. Okay, so it should be enough to make our Depth module. 2 and... Yeah, so we'll stick the other 2 in here. Well, I have extra stuff now. Okay, extra. That's the plasteel, right? Plasteel and 3 nickel ore. Boom. Make ourselves a depth module. Because I believe the prawn is at 900 right now, which doesn't get you anywhere. You know, it won't even get you the cove tree. That tree with the Leviathan eggs in it. It won't even get you to the base of that. That's like 930, 950 meters. Excess upgrades. Boom. Now 1300. Okay. Right, because there's one more. Where is it? Nope, that's Cyclops upgrades. Want to need kyanite for that, but the 1300 meters will get us to where kyanite is. All right. Save right here. All right, guys, I'm gonna stop here. So thank you for your time, thank you for your attention. I really do appreciate it. You know, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really do. Let me know if you have any feedback or comments, questions, whatever. That's basically it for today. I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, take care, guys.